We're here. Good morning. How is everybody? Oh my gosh. I almost knocked the camera over. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. We are here live coffee with Christa. I'm trying mentally to switch gears. Just got done with session number 4 of the Get Off the Damn Hamster Wheel 5-day challenge. We've been having a blast with that. And so now I'm down here at Chardonnay's Brew Lane. We're hanging out here in beautiful downtown Meridian. And what we're going to be doing today is talking to my very dear friend Angie Shea. We're going to get to her in just a second. And so with that, first and foremost, I just want to say welcome to everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us here today. If you are in the area, come on down. Oh my gosh, Chardonnay's Brew Lane is one of my absolute favorite places in the whole wide world. And we have kind of something fun. I was talking to Chardonnay this morning. I've gotten several comments, several messages about this super fun gift that I got from my beautiful Chardonnay. Isn't that cute?
That is really cute.
So here's what we want to know. We want to know if you guys would like to have one of these. So go ahead and hashtag yes please below. Also make sure you're hashtagging live for those of you that do jump on live, and for those of you that are watching the replay, please let us know by hashtagging replay as well. Really excited to get to talk about boundaries today. So let's jump right on in. So Angie, we've known each other. How long have we known each other?
At least several years. 3 or 4 years.
3 or 4 years. Well, I've been here almost 4 years.
Yeah.
And we met at Unite. So yeah, we've known each other about 3.5 years.
It's crazy.
Not long enough.
Yeah, it feels like I've known her forever. So
And when I forgot, we get to drink coffee.
you get to drink.
I was being also.
No.
formal.
Here's the thing. It's coffee with Christa. Drink your coffee.
Awesome.
Drink your coffee. So hoping you guys can hear us. We got a little bit of noise in the background, but that's okay. It is a coffee shop and it's a popular one. So we're glad that you're hanging out with us here today. So Angie, we've known each other about 3.5 years. You are the owner of Bridges, which is a phenomenal, correct me if I say this wrong, in-home non-medical care for seniors.
That's exactly what it is. Yep. You did good.
I practiced. I practiced because I screw it up all the time. So how long has Bridges been around?
So Bridges has been around just a little over 5 years, which seems crazy to say that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's gone by. Well, the days sometimes are slow, but the years have gone by really fast. So,
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome.
I love it. And it's super successful.
Yeah, doing really good.
Doing really good. You're crazy busy. And in the midst of all that, you have still, oh my gosh, you're a speaker, you're an author, you have a class coming up, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But first, tell us a little bit about you. Tell us, what do we need to know about you? And then we're going to switch gears and talk about your boundaries class coming up.
What do you need to know about me? Well, number one, I have a grandbaby. And I always told myself I would not be one of those people that showed pictures of my grandbaby to people.
We
because
are.
They probably don't care, but
We are.
But I was
He's
wrong.
adorable.
So he is adorable, Cooper.
Yes, Cooper is
And
adorable.
Cooper and my daughter Kaylee are here visiting, and so we're just having so much fun.
And you didn't bring them?
Well, yeah, he had to take a nap. So.
Okay, we'll let it slide this
Yes,
one time.
so that's super fun. I'm coming up on my 1-year anniversary, so that's pretty exciting. She dropped my book. I don't know what that means.
I'm sorry. I'm
Yeah.
looking around for the book, and it's like, well, this is not going to be a smooth transition at all because
So-
I lost the book. I dropped it.
Yes, I'm not originally from Boise, but I feel like I've lived here long enough that this is definitely home for me. And I love it here. I've met so many people networking for my business, just wonderful people that have turned out to not just be business colleagues, but friends,
Awesome.
including you. So
I love it.
I love
it.
people, so.
So here, she does. She definitely loves people. So here's the thing. So this is Angie's book, Swallowed Up. Those of you that know the beautiful Jessica Tukey, who is a super amazing artist here in the Treasure Valley, ambidextrous, draws with two hands at the same time. You guys have got to catch her lives. She's actually going to be a guest coming up soon. Oh, I'm so excited. She did the artwork for this book.
Yes, and I am so proud that I was her first book cover. So
I know, isn't that awesome?
right?
So
It's
fabulous
amazing.
book. So here's what I want you to share really
Okay.
quickly, because this is what we've had some conversations,
Yes.
but we haven't really gotten to dive into this. Tell me a little bit about what was going on and what inspired this.
What inspired the book?
What inspired the book? Tell me a little bit about the journey that inspired the book, because every book literally has a story behind it. We don't
Yes.
just wake up one day and go, I'm going to write a book about this. There's a reason. So,
Right. Well, so I actually have been teaching and coaching on boundaries for about 20 years. And a lot of you are probably familiar with the book by Cloud and Townsend, Boundaries. And of course, they've written books on boundaries in marriage and with kids and all kinds of things. Wonderful. They're brilliant. And I used that book for a long time. And, you know, I started boundaries, studying boundaries, teaching boundaries, because I had no boundaries. And they say that you teach what you need to learn. And even though I've been teaching it for 20 years, I'm still learning. I still struggle, right? I'm the expert if it's your life. But when it's my life, it's still hard for me.
So here's the thing. Those of you, we've got some of my Get Off the Damn Hamster Wheel, now I can't even say it, Get Off the Damn Hamster Wheel participants. Hi, Stephanie. Yes, woohoo, girl tribe. Oh, our tribe. Yes, I asked them to hashtag our tribe. Our tribe in the house, woohoo. We were talking about that just a little bit ago. We were talking about boundaries. We were talking about, you know, just creating time for ourselves and things along those lines. And when we were talking about the time management piece today, which we talked about the weekly plan sheet, was the that whole concept of being able to. We always teach the things that we used to be the worst at because we had to learn, and we want others to learn. You know, we like to help fix that learning curve. And so that's kind of what I totally get it. I totally get it.
Yes. So it's just, honestly, boundaries has totally changed my life. Like I said, I'm still working on it, but in fact, I was telling Christa that I'm putting a challenge together for boundaries, because this is the thing. It's really hard to nutshell boundaries. There is so much to it. In fact, when I used to teach this course, it used to be a 16-week course because there is so much information. So the motivation behind the book was I wanted to implement boundaries with my own story. Because I want to be authentic. I want it to be real. I don't want it to just be me teaching somebody else's stuff. And I'm not saying that everything in my book is all original, like that I've made it up. I try to give people credit as much as possible. A lot of people teach on this subject, but I wanted to put my own spin on it.
Well, and that makes total sense, because here's the thing. Those of us that are in that speaker and teacher, educator, trainer role, we learn from somewhere. Nothing is new. Nothing is original, really, honestly. And so being able to add your own story into the mix, I think, can be incredibly powerful for the people that we end up attracting. And that's one of the things that I have always loved about being able to sit down and have conversations with Angie, is that she has always been so transparent in a really good way. I mean, you know, part of boundaries is sometimes there are those people who kind of don't have them, and they kind of just keep dumping and keep dumping and keep dumping. And so it's nice to be able to have those conversations about how you can implement them and really honor yourself and honor the other people, because that's hard. Well, it's really hard.
Honestly, it's so funny because a lot of times, you know, when people hear about my class or the book or whatever, they'll be like, well, you know what, I'm pretty good about, you know, telling other people no, and I can do that all day long, and I don't care about hurting people's feelings. Why would I need your book, or why would I need to take your class? And I always tell them, you know, there's two sides to boundaries. It's not just about you setting limits. That's important. I wasn't able to do that. I wasn't able to say no. But the part that's really important is that you need to honor and respect other people's boundaries.
Yes.
And
oh my gosh,
forget
yes.
about that part. So it's like, okay, well, I want to set limits, and I want to, you know, ask you if you'll honor me. But if I think that you're doing something in your life and I have a better take on it, or I could, I think I have more expertise on it, then I'm just going to give you that unsolicited feedback that you never asked for, which, by the way, is considered abuse. When you give unsolicited feedback to someone, you don't ask for their permission and they don't want to know what you have to say, it's actually abuse. And here's the other thing, they're not ready anyway. So I always tell people there's another side to boundaries. Exactly. Honor and respect. It doesn't matter if you agree. It doesn't matter if you understand. I promise you, you don't know the whole story.
Oh, no, we never do. We never know the whole story.
And none of us navigate life perfectly. We make our choices. We have our consequences. That's how we learn and grow. It's okay. You don't need to break other people through. That's not your job.
No, it is definitely not our job. So, for those of you that needed to hear that from either side, not your job.
It's too big. You're
too
not
big.
God. Yeah.
No, exactly, right?
Right.
Sometimes you just have to step out of that picture and let them
Yep.
let them be where they're at for right now. When they're ready, then you can have that conversation. And I think all of us in our relationships, whether it's been with with our parents or our kids or our spouse or every single relationship with our friends, at church, the list goes on and on. Holy cow, every relationship.
Yep.
Anytime people are involved, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
anytime people are involved, so yeah, most definitely.
So it's awesome. Boundaries it's life changing. Just and what I always tell people too, and if I could nutshell boundaries, which is really hard, honestly.
But I kind of want to watch you try.
It honestly comes down to the fact that you do not have control over other people. I know you want to, and you may think that you have control, but you don't. You really don't. It's an illusion.
No,
right?
it is. It's an illusion. Even with your own kiddos,
Yep.
even with
Yeah.
So those of you that are like having an aha moment, hashtag busted.
Yeah.
Hashtag busted. You do not have control over other people.
You do not.
You can think you do, but you are wrong.
And a lot of times you don't have control over the circumstances in your life. The only thing you have control over is you. That's it. But we spend so much energy trying to control other people and trying to control things around us instead of spending the energy doing what we can to be proactive and make the changes in our life that we need to change.
Now you know why she's my friend. She's amazing. So let me ask you this, because and you guys, here's the big old deal. We will post later today when I get back in the office. It's a crazy day. So later today, I'll go ahead and post the link for them to go ahead and get the book. We will also post the link for her class, which we're going to talk about here in just a little bit. So here's what I would love to be able to know. Is when, during this whole journey of you really helping people through identifying other people's boundaries, identifying their own boundaries, if you could give one tiny piece of advice. I know, I just totally freaked her out. She's like, one?
Oh, you know what? I will send you
one tiny piece of advice, one piece of awareness that could start the process. What would that be?
I'll send you a few 30 days of obedience to CRM.
Oh boy, you got me on the spot now.
That's what I do.
I really think what I talked about before, that control issue, spending your energy on things that you can actually change, because you can change yourself. You can even set boundaries and people can refuse to honor those boundaries. And what are you going to do at that point? You need to have consequences. You can't control other people. But here's the thing, you can decide if you're going to be engaged with the behavior, with the abuse, whatever it is. I used to think, and honestly, this is why I started the whole boundaries journey. I used to think, you know what, not that I've ever been a victim-y type person, but I felt like everyone else is telling me what to do. Everything in my life is dictating to me what my life's going to look like. And I felt powerless. And so taking my power back, as far as, I can set boundaries. I can choose how much I want to be involved with other people. I can choose out of unhealthy relationships. I can choose into healthy relationships. You know, because it's not just about kicking out the bad stuff, it's about letting the good stuff in too, which that's a whole other thing, right?
Oh my gosh, see, and that's kind of an aha is
Yeah.
sometimes I think we can get so focused on making sure that we're keeping, you know, the negativity at length, you know, at an arm's length, that sometimes we put up the walls in a way that we're maybe unconsciously not letting the good stuff in.
And that includes people, right? Because we
Yeah.
shut people out, and then we're sad and we're lonely and we're depressed because we're like, I'm so lonely. I don't have any friends, you know, or nobody reaches out to me. Well, what are you doing to be proactive? And once again, what can I be responsible for? I can't make other people do what I want them to do, but I can definitely reach out. I can definitely be proactive.
I love that. See, and I guess for me, the whole boundaries thing, and just a little bit of back info on me, just because they're used to me being super transparent and saying things that, you know, are borderline inappropriate, because that's what I do. I spent 10 years in an abusive marriage, and we've talked about this, so you know this. So I spent 10 years in an abusive marriage, and just, oh my gosh, had any and all boundaries that I might have even set just obliterated. And all my boundaries in that relationship weren't healthy boundaries. I was actually keeping the good out. I didn't want him to see what was going on the inside. And so it sounds like that awareness piece is probably, which my tribe that's watching, they're going to be so sick and tired of me saying the word awareness. But that's what it is.
That's where it all starts, though. You can't grow until you're aware of what's working and what's not working.
I know. Hashtag pay attention.
No, not really. So when you know, actually, I did think of something else while we're sitting here.
Oh,
I'm
good.
kind of a processor, so sometimes it's a little.
I know. That's why I'm a rambler, and then she gets to think, and then she gets
exactly.
to talk.
But the awareness piece, I think one of the most important parts of boundaries, one of the things that we talk about a lot, what is your motivation for doing the things that you do? Ooh, how many of us, now I know that there's probably none of you out there that are people pleasers like me. Okay, well maybe you are.
Hashtag busted.
Yeah, right? But we spend so much time trying to make other people happy, which is not even possible. We spend so much time trying not to disappoint people. We worry so much about what other people are thinking. And, you know, honestly, we forget that we need to do things because we feel like this is what we're supposed to do in our heart. Our motivation should not be to manipulate other people to do what we want. It shouldn't be to cause guilt because people aren't doing what we want. It's actually a form of manipulation when you're doing things to get a certain result. Did you know that? I don't like to think of myself as a manipulative person, and I don't think you are consciously, but honestly, sometimes we do manipulate by, well, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna hope that they're gonna do this. Then our motivation needs to be more pure than that. It needs to be, this is what I'm supposed to do because this is what I feel like is mine to do, not just I'm scrambling around trying to figure out how to please other people, right?
So this is awesome. So give us an example.
Okay, let me think for a minute.
You think, because here's kind of where my head's going.
You
so
ramble, I'll think.
I'll ramble, you think.
All right,
We make a great. We should take that on the road.
Right.
Ramble and think. Ramble and
Right.
think. And about the whole manipulation piece, that was kind of an aha moment for me right now, because you know one of the focuses with. Let me back up. I've got 7 things in my head right now. That's how good you are. You make me think. When it comes to that unconscious manipulation, because we all struggle with, you know, unmet expectations. That's what causes problems in any and all
Equals
relationships.
disappointment, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And what's kind of popping in my head is, and I'm a big Jack Canfield junkie, and he teaches E plus R equals O, which is the O is the outcome. So you've got the event, so whatever's going on in the relationship, the conversation, whatever the event plus your reaction or response. We want to step out of reaction into response equals the outcome. And the common denominator in all of those, of course, is how you react or respond. And so it's really interesting that you talk about that whole manipulation piece, because I think so many of us, without even realizing it, part of our relationships are doing and saying what we need to do or say in order to get the outcome that we want. And ouch, hashtag ouch. If you guys, I'm seriously, if that just kind of hit you in the gut like it did me, hashtag ouch.
Awareness.
Hashtag awareness.
I had to use her word. So.
I know, I'm telling you, my little, my tribe, my hamster wheel tribe, they're going to be so sick of the word awareness, because I say it about 10,000 times every morning, so.
But, I think we spend so much time, Christa, what should I be doing? What am I supposed to be doing? Do you notice how your energy just kind of gets squished even when you just say that? It's like, oh, I'm supposed to do that. I have to do that. It takes the joy out of it. So if your motivation can be, I'm coming from a heart full of love. I'm not doing the things I'm doing because of fear. Because so many of us have been brought up to operate out of fear. Right? I'm fearful. I'm fearful you won't like me. I'm fearful you're going to be mad at me. Whatever it is. Instead of coming from a heart full of love and going, I'm just going to put this out there, and the only reason I'm doing it is because I want to do it. I'm not doing it to get a necessary outcome. I'm doing it because I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do from my heart full of love. And I'll tell you, when you give gifts like that, when you give your time like that, instead of feeling like you're obligated,
I hate being obligated.
It's going to give you so much joy when you're able to do it from love.
So it sounds like, and I want to kind of shift gears and transition here, because I really want to talk about your class. So those of you that are here locally, Angie has her boundaries class that's going to be coming up, and we'll give all the details here in just a minute. But what I'm really excited about, that we were talking about before we kick things off, is this is going to be a class that's going to be available online as well, because I'm watching a lot of you, and y'all aren't here. Lori's not here, LaDonna's not here, Stephanie's not here, so you guys are probably thinking, how do I take that class online? I'm going to be helping around a little bit. We're going to make it happen.
We're going to Zoom some people in this time
Ooh,
too, so we're
awesome.
kind of doing a pilot, on that, just to see if we can do that, as long as we can get the Zoom to cooperate with us.
Oh my gosh, so those of you that are watching, whether you're live or on the replay, go ahead and hashtag pick me. And if you are interested in getting some specific information on the Zoom piece of this and what that can look like for you, please let us know by hashtagging below, and I will make sure and connect you to Angie and get you in on that class, because it is absolutely amazing. So tell us a little bit about what we're going to learn in the boundaries class.
Well, some of the things that I've already talked about today, it really helps to get an understanding of where we come from, as far as, some people are controllers, some people are compliant.
Oh,
right?
I like how you can't see it down here.
No.
She's gesturing at me.
Oh, I totally
Some
did not do
people
that.
are controllers.
No, I didn't mean that
I'm kidding.
at all.
I love her. She's my friend.
No,
I'm sorry.
No,
I just had to pick on you.
But we all, some people are loners. We all protect ourselves in different ways. And learning, honestly, boundaries is just about learning how to operate in our relationships in a healthy way. And it just makes everything so much better. It's not easy. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it's easy. 20 years right here, right? And I'm still learning. But it's so worth it. It's so worth it if you want to have healthy relationships.
Well, and let me ask you this too, just because of the multiple conversations that we've had about this, and it's not, and it isn't easy. Oh yeah, they're blowing it up. Pick me. We will be in touch, gals. They're part of my crew. So, is that it's not easy, okay? Because easy implies little or no effort. There's a lot of effort, but there are pieces of this that are they're relatively simple. It takes time. Is that a fair statement? They're simple to implement. Emotionally, it's tough. A little, it can be emotionally
we start
tough.
out with baby boundaries,
Baby steps.
right? Because we don't want you to go blow up all your relationships. That's not helpful, right?
Really?
But
you don't think that's a good thing?
no.
Go and blow up all the money.
Here, I want to say just something else because I think that this will resonate with you guys too.
Please do.
And that is that you know that as human beings, we don't make changes that we need to make until we're in enough pain. I know I hate it. I hate it that we're like that, but let's just face it, we're all like that. Until we're in enough pain, until the fear of staying where you're at becomes less than the fear of changing. Did that make sense? I don't think
No, I think you said it backwards. The fear of staying where you're at
Yes.
becomes greater than
Yes.
the pain of making the change.
I need more coffee apparently. But yes, when the fear of staying stuck becomes more than the fear of what's going to happen if I make changes in my life, we stay stuck. But I'll tell you what, I don't think there's anything more painful and miserable than being stuck.
Amen.
Right? So is it scary? You don't know what's going to happen. When you read my book, you'll hear my stories. Sometimes you set the boundaries and people are like, oh yeah, and they come around and they make changes and you're able to keep those relationships. And sometimes they're like, I'm out. Like I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
you know, and then
that
you
has
have
to be okay. You have to be okay with that.
And I'm talking people that you love dearly. But you got to make hard decisions.
It could be
sometimes.
for a season. It could be forever. And and trust me, I've got some family stuff going on right now with somebody that I love. I would die for, and we're in this space of trying to figure it out and trying to navigate it, and it's really difficult.
It's painful.
It is.
But
It's
it's
incredibly
painful now.
painful.
You know?
Hey,
So-
Brian.
Hi, Brian.
Mr. Campbell's on.
Love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy. So I love that. I love that you have. I love that your format is such that it doesn't feel completely overwhelming. It doesn't feel completely overwhelming, and that's what I really, really love about your boundaries class. What I love about the work that you do is, I think so many of us, and I work with clients, I talk to clients, I'm sure you talk to clients all the time about this whole go big or go home mentality, and we get excited and we want to make changes, and whether it's, whether it's setting new goals or creating boundaries or whatever that looks like, and we just think we're just going to rip that Band-Aid off and we're going to go big or go home, and the problem is that the baby steps are actually the smarter thing to do, because you have your own learning curve.
Yes.
And she can cut that learning curve in a huge way. But I love that you're very strategic about it, and every step feels doable. Now it's uncomfortable as all get out. Don't mistake that. It's not a fun process, but it's a worthwhile process, and it doesn't feel overwhelming, because many of us, when we want to make these changes, because they involve the people in our lives, we can just shut down and go right back into where we were, go right back into where the relationship is, and just sit in it. And the analogy I kind of share with my clients, which is so gross, so you've been warned, is sometimes it's like a poopy diaper.
Oh, I have that in my book too.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Oh my gosh.
Along with the hamster wheel. I know we're kindred
It's
spirits.
like
Yeah.
we
It's
have
kinda
a
creepy.
connection. It's kind of creepy in a way, but kind of cool. Well, I was shocked we're not wearing the same color. Usually we show up wearing almost the same outfit. It's weird and awesome all at the same time. But it's with our own stuff, it can be like, sitting in that poopy diaper, because it might be a poopy diaper, but it's ours. It's kind of gotten comfortable, and it's warm, and it's ours, so I'm gonna stay there, and until you get to the point of, this is no longer working for me.
Yeah.
That the pain of that becomes greater than the pain of staying where you're, than the pain of moving forward and changing those relationships for the better. Yeah, I just love that you make it simple. It's easy, it's simple to implement, even though the road can seem pretty bumpy. But you do such a great job of supporting people through this. So tell us about that.
Yeah, I do. Of course, I do coaching. So if people are like, okay, I have a specific thing and it's really private, I coach with you too. A coaching session comes along with the 6-week course that I'm doing as well. So if you have like specific things that you just need a little more time, one-on-one, we do that. But you know, it's really been proven that people that are involved in groups, people that are doing work with other people to hold them accountable, to support them. Cloud and Townsend, in their book, they say, you know, very rarely do people get better by themselves.
Oh, I agree. We were designed, we
right?
were created to be in community with one another.
Right. So, you know, we get hurt by people, but we also get well with people.
Exactly.
And so don't shut down all the way. There's no judgment here. There's no shame in the way that you've lived your life so far. This is something really big I want to say. There's no shame in what you've had to do to survive. Right? You did what you had to do to get to where you are now. Good job. Congratulations.
You did what you could with
You're
what
a
you had.
survivor. But you know what? Let's move past survivor.
Let's thrive.
Let's come out the other side and use our stories to help other people. That's my whole goal.
Awesome. And I totally agree. I mean, we're created to be in community with one another, and in addition to that, I mean, when you think about coming together, creating that community, creating that tribe, you know, getting people around you that get you at that certain level, one of the things that I found over and over and over again is we all think we're the only ones.
Yes.
We all feel like nobody gets what I'm going through, nobody understands. And while your circumstances are different, there's always that common thread.
Totally. There's
common
nothing new under the sun, right?
Nope, nothing new.
There really isn't. But we feel that way, and that's why isolation is so dangerous.
Yeah, it is.
Because then all we have is our thoughts talking to us. And I don't know about you, but I have to rein in those thoughts on a daily basis.
Yes, me too. Because, well, and you know, we get caught up in our own minds, and you know, we've got that subconscious mind that's, you know, where our comfort zone is, our self-sabotage is, our negative self-talk is, and the frustrating thing is, you know, the brain has one job: protect the house. And the problem with that is it wants to protect the house by saying, oh yeah, you know, that one time we did that one thing and we didn't feel so good, let's not do it again. And so our subconscious mind actually can prevent us from stepping out of some of the yucky stuff and moving into, you know, healthier relationships, or, you know, whatever that might end up looking like for us. And I love the fact that you have created this sense of community so that people can show up and go, it's not just me. It's not just me. So I love it. And the accountability piece is fantastic too.
Yeah, it is. And you know, it's not just about, okay, here's your problem, you know, here's the solution, go do that. No, that's not what this is. Because honestly, a lot of the reason why we don't have healthy relationships, why we have a hard time setting boundaries, is because we have a lot of fixed beliefs that are just wrong.
Yep.
They are. Maybe they're even
it's true.
spiritual, just poor theology that we've learned. Because I remember when I first started reading Boundaries, and I thought, this isn't right. This can't be right, you know. And so we dismantle a lot of those things. We kind of go into those things. Why do we think that? Why do we believe the way that we do? And is that actually truth? Is it actually accurate perception? Because you kind of have to dismantle the stuff that's not working so that you have a fresh foundation to build on.
Oh my gosh, I totally agree. So talk to us about the class. Give us all the deets.
Okay,
we
well,
want the deets.
we're actually, and I know that, now don't panic, all of you that don't make quick decisions, but we're starting a class next week on April 4th.
Nice.
It's going to be Thursday evenings for 6 weeks from 6:30 to 8:30. And I've never done a 2-hour class before, but in order to get it down to 6 weeks, because that seems doable for people, that's what we're going to do. Actually, 2 hours flies by so fast, you'll be like, what, we're done? But that gives us time to discuss the book. It gives us time to, if people have certain, you know, specific things that they want to talk about, that we're able to do that. So it's kind of a group coaching session.
Nice.
So yeah, and like I said, we're going to Zoom some people in this time, so that's pretty exciting too. If people are not here.
Fantastic. So it starts next Thursday, so a week from today, April 4th, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. That's Mountain Time. Mountain Time for those of you that are going to be zooming in, so you know what time the class is. How do and it's 6 weeks?
6 weeks. Yep.
6 weeks. So how do people get in touch with you if they want to get some more information about the Boundaries class?
So I'm working on my website right now, angieshea.com. It's not quite ready, so I would love to just be able to have you do that. But if you want to, you can email me at boundariescoaching@gmail.com.
Okay, boundariescoaching@gmail.com is where you can get a hold of Angie. I am also going to make sure that we have the link. It's on Amazon. I will go ahead and get the link in there for you guys later today. So those of you that are wanting the book, I saw LaDonna said, I need the book, I need the book. I'll get that link for you here in just a little bit so that you guys can get that ordered. You know, really quickly, you guys, just want to let you know a little bit about what's going on, what's coming up here on Coffee with Christa. Thank you for hanging out with me. I
It's
love her
awesome.
so
So much fun.
much. Do they have a Facebook page they can follow? Where else can they find you?
I'm working on that stuff right now, so they can get a hold of you and then I can get a hold of them. How about that?
Happy to do it.
I'm just revamping my whole website right now. So
Ooh, awesome.
yeah.
Awesome. I feel that we are going to be spending some more time together, and we can navigate the process. It'll be fun. Okay, so again, Boundaries class, April 4th, 6-week class, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Those of you that are not here locally, you can Zoom on in. So if you want to get more information, boundariescoaching@gmail.com, or you can reach out to me. I'll connect you to Angie. We'll make sure that you guys get all the information that you need. Thank you for hanging out with
Thank
me.
you.
So I've got a couple really quick announcements before we wrap up. First and foremost, you guys, this is so crazy. The response to this has been amazing. I am loving the amazing quality of guests that I'm able to bring to you guys every single week, because you guys know that the whole reason that Coffee with Christa got started was I'm really blessed. I have this amazing circle of people, not just here locally, but coast to coast in Canada and Australia, and it's awesome. I've got all these amazing people that are in my circle that I love, and I just want to be able to connect them to you because they're fantastic, and I try my best every week to introduce you to people that I think that you need to know, whether it's information, inspiration, or something in between. That's the goal. And because of all the feedback that we've been getting, that I've been getting, starting next week, you guys, starting in April, we are going to a twice-a-week format. I have so many people lined up. It's ridiculous. It's awesome. So starting next week, we are going to be live Tuesdays and Thursdays right here at Chardonnay's Brew Lane here in downtown Meridian. And this coming Tuesday, my very first Tuesday guests are going to be none other than the fabulous Jamie and Marla Keller. They are I know, aren't they awesome? I'm so honored. They are my business partners in Ideal Personality, but that's not what we're going to be talking about. They actually have a phenomenal couples retreat. I believe it's an empathy workshop that they're going to be doing coming up. And so I want to make sure that you guys know all about that as well. Plus get to know them, because I absolutely crazy love them. And love our partnership, and they're just amazing, and I can hardly wait to share my space with them and with you. So next week, again, we're going to twice a week format, so tune in Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can also check out any of the back episodes on my YouTube channel, Christa Sutton Coaching. So go find it. You can search for Coffee with Christa. You'll be able to find it pretty easily, and you can get caught up on those episodes. And also, again, you guys, seriously, I have gotten so much great feedback on these super cute shirts. So those of you that would be interested in either buying one of the really fun shirts that are the Chardonnay Brew Lane shirts that are branded with Coffee with Christa, or maybe even we might talk about a contest. Huh, Chardonnay? Oh yeah. I think we might even be talking about a contest. We'll get all the details worked out, and we'll get that to you guys. So just let us know. Let us know if the t-shirt is something that you guys would be interested in, because it's fun, and the t-shirt works out. We might do coffee cups, because coffee cups. Hello. I love alcohol.
Yeah.
So, so you guys, we're going to go ahead and sign off now. Thank you so much for spending your Thursday morning with us. Again, if you were on live, make sure to hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, please hashtag replay. Go ahead and comment, questions, anything. I'll make sure to connect you with Angie so she can answer all your questions. We'll see you next week on Tuesday with Jamie and Marla. And as always, you guys, go be blessed in your success. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.